अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूअर्स, वेलकम बैक आपका हमारी एक और न्यू वीडियो में। और आज का हमारा टॉपिक है क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग। तो इसको हम शुरू करते हैं। व्हाट इज़ क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग? क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग इज़ अ प्रोसेस ऑफ क्वेश्चनिंग, एनालाइजिंग, इंटरप्रेटिंग, evaluating and forming an opinion about what you read, hear, say or write. The term critical originates from the Greek word kritos, which means ability to judge or distinguish, making trustworthy decision based on accurate information is what critical thinking is all about. It is built on universal intellectual ideas, clarity, correctness, precision, consistency, relevance, sound evidence, excellent reasoning, depth, and fairness. As a result, employees place a premium on the capacity to think critically. Why critical thinking is important? We have now got clarity on the question of what is critical thinking. Let's now understand why it is important. Some occupations demand it. Critical thinking is a crucial aspect of any career where the goal is to objectively infer facts without bias, examine the context, solve creative challenges, and come up with practical answers. It improves decision making. Big life decision making, big life challenging decisions such as whether to change careers or not. Benefits from critical thinking: it motivates you to investigate and choose objective reasoning over your immediate emotional reaction. Critical thinkers are more content. Every difficult situation can be further simplified if one has the ability to think critically. Critical thinking invokes a sense of introspection which hones personal growth and amplifies general satisfaction, keeps you well informed. Critical thinkers excel at researching and locating the most significant pieces of information that makes them well informed on any given issue. This is useful in workplace interaction and is establishing oneself as an industry through leader. Helps in self-reflection. Critical thinkers are more self-reflection and can modify their views and attitudes in light of news facts because they reflect the impulse to defend their personal convictions. Types of critical thinking. There are three main types of critical thinking: analysis, interference, and evaluation. Analysis: recognizing what is being said, differentiate the relevant from the irrelevant, connecting various lines of thinking. Interference: identifying what is being communicated and what is not, taking someone action as instance of attributes, intentions, or expressions. Ideas extractions: using analogies to draw conclusions, understanding cause and effect relationship. Evaluation: reasoning for decisions. Number two, determining the worth, trustworthiness, or power of an argument. Number three, understanding the importance and value of information. Critical thinking skills are real life examples. So, what is critical thinking? What it comes to real world situation? It is asking yourself these kind of questions: should you go to college or should you enroll in an online course? Should you be working part time? Should you aim to work for a startup, no profit, no profile organization? Each of these solutions have advantages and disadvantages. For intense, it takes time to decide on a profession. We must develop an argument for each possible alternative and evaluate the economical, social, and professional contexts. We must ask ourselves why this is the best option for us. After making a decision, we must endeavor to forecast the consequence of that action 1, 5, and 10 years in the future, and that's before we eventually reach a moment where we can determine whether to change careers. The process of critical thinking critically. Here are six steps to understand the process and give us clarity on that critical thinking is interpretation. In order to explain the problem or scenario and ensure that all team members are on the same page, think about the five words whose, what, when, why, where, and the edge how, what is going on, how are the individuals involved, who owns or has a significant investment in the process of making a decision. What is the best method to describe or categorize this? Once everyone in the team feels that they have understood the problem deeply, they are ready to move on to analysis. Analysis. To discuss the issue further, explore the intended and actual relationships among the statements and the questions from the team member. Consider each individual's viewpoint, belief, and assumptions. Explain the fact and any matrices available to back up the information. What is your reasoning for making that assertion? What is your consultation? What actually are you claiming? Why do you believe that? What are the arguments, both pro and con? Once everyone on the team feels that they have explored the question thoroughly, they are ready to move on interference. Interference. To locate and collect the components required to arrive at logical concerns, the team will have to use the information from the analysis phase, including the facts, assertions, guidelines, arguments, convictions, and views to generate ideas. This is the time to list potential solutions and talk about the practically of each one. What inference are we able to draw based on what we know now? What can we rule out in light of what we know now? What is implied by this evidence? What would happen if we reject or adopted the presumptions? Are there any negative effects that we may and should anticipate? Once everyone on the team feels like they have explored all the data and questions, they can move to the evaluation stage.